The US dollar fell to a three-week low on Friday as safe haven buying eased and risk sentiment improved on hopes of progress in trade negotiations between the US and China. The US dollar benchmark index plunged to the lowest level over the past 20 days. The index closed at 98.30, losing 0.6% for the week. From a fundamental perspective, the US dollar index was trading a relatively disappointing week in terms of the US economic data. The US Producer Price Index for September missed expectations, showing a 0.3% monthly fall, while the annual increase was 1.4%, also falling short of expectations. The US CPI for September was flat month-on-month, and the annual rise of 1.7% also missed expectations. In the meantime, the euro climbed to a three-week high as risk appetite rose. Last week's data did little to offset concerns that Germany's economy fell into recession in the third quarter, but despite this, the euro posted weekly gains. The euro advanced to close at 1.1042 against the greenback on Friday. On a weekly basis, the shared currency logged a 0.7% increase. The euro has recovered much of the losses seen in late September due largely to fresh weakness in the greenback. Meanwhile, the British pound rose to a more than three-month high on optimism about Brexit. Sterling edged up to close at 1.2649 on Friday. For the week, the currency posted a solid 2.6% rise. The pound had a roller coaster day, at first falling after EU Council President Donald Tusk said that Britain had not come up with a workable Brexit deal after previous days' optimism sparked by a joint British-Irish statement about a pathway forward. Then the currency took off when EU member states gave Brexit negotiator Michel Barnier the go-ahead for more intense talks with Britain. In crypto market news, the decision by the Securities and Exchange Commission to reject the latest Bitcoin exchange-traded fund failed have a significant impact on market sentiment. Markets had priced in a negative decision this time after previous ETF denials. Bitcoin traded broadly lower on Friday, with daily losses totaling 3.7%. However, the largest cryptocurrency remained up by 0.3% versus the previous week. In commodity markets, oil prices climbed on Friday as reported progress in the US-China trade negotiations eased worries about energy demand, and news of an explosion on the Iranian tanker fueled tensions in the Middle East, raising the potential for crude output disruptions in the region. The global benchmark December Brent crude settled at $60.51 a barrel on ICE Futures Europe with a weekly gain of 3.7%. Meanwhile, WTI crude for November delivery climbed by $1.15 to end at $54.70 a barrel on the New York Mercantile Exchange, posting a two-week high. Meantime, gold futures ended the trading week at $1,488.70 a troy ounce. For the week, the precious metal lost 1.6%. You've watched combined review of currency and commodity markets on Insta TV with me, Anna Kasatkina. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.